Hey everyone, life doesn't change overnight, but your habits can. And when your habits change, everything in your life follows. My name is Muniba Mazari, and I am motivational speaker. If you find this video fruitful, then you can appreciate me by like and subscribe and start a new journey with me. Today, we are going to talk about 5 powerful habits that can completely change your life. These habits are the habit of self-discipline, the habit of continuous learning, the habit of taking action, the habit of a strong mindset, and the habit of gratitude and patience. If you truly want to transform your life, watch this video till the end because every second of it will give you something valuable. This speech will motivate you, push you towards success, and help you become the best version of yourself. And in the end, don't just keep this wisdom to yourself. Share this speech with those you love and those who need a little push to change their lives for the better. Self-discipline is not just a habit, it is a lifestyle. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. And let's be honest, most of the time, we don't feel like doing the hard things. We don't feel like waking up early, working out, putting in extra effort, or staying consistent. But here's the truth. Success is not about how you feel. It is about what you do. Look around you. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants a better life. But how many people are actually willing to do what it takes? The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is not intelligence, luck, or resources. It is discipline. The ones who succeed are those who push themselves even when they don't feel like it. They don't wait for motivation. They don't make excuses. They simply do what needs to be done. Imagine 2 people with the same goal. Let's say they both want to get fit. The first person goes to the gym only when they feel motivated. Some days they work out, some days they don't. They make excuses. Too tired, too busy, not in the mood. The second person, on the other hand, follows a disciplined routine. They work out whether they feel like it or not. Even on the days when they are tired, they show up. Even when life gets busy, they make time. Now, tell me, who do you think will see better results? The answer is obvious. The one who is disciplined. Because that's how life works. Results come from consistency, not convenience. If you only do things when they are easy, you will never grow. Growth happens when you push yourself beyond your comfort zone. And that push comes from self-discipline. Let's take another example. Someone who wants to build a successful career. There are 2 kinds of people in the workplace. One person only works hard when the boss is watching, only does what is necessary, and never takes extra initiative. The other person is disciplined. They take responsibility, they go the extra mile, they learn new skills even when they are not asked to. Over time, who do you think will progress? The one who is disciplined. Because hard work may not give instant results, but it always pays off. Now, I know what you're thinking. But discipline is hard. Yes, it is. That's the whole point. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But here's the secret. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. The first few days are tough. The first few weeks feel impossible. But if you push through, it becomes a part of you. And once discipline becomes a part of you, nothing can stop you. The biggest mistake people make is relying on motivation. Motivation is great, but it is temporary. Some days you feel inspired, some days you don't. If you wait for motivation, you will never be consistent. That is why discipline is more important. Discipline is doing it even when you don't feel like it. It is waking up early when you would rather sleep in. It is working on your dreams when distractions are pulling you away. It is making sacrifices today for a better tomorrow. So, how do you develop self discipline? Start small. Start with one habit. Maybe it's waking up early. Maybe it's reading every day. Maybe it's exercising. Maybe it's cutting out distractions. Whatever it is, stick to it. Train your mind to follow through. Tell yourself, I don't have a choice. This is what I have to do. And once you master one habit, move to the next. Because discipline in one area of life creates discipline in every area of life. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. Do you want comfort or do you want growth? Because you cannot have both. Success and those sacrifices demand discipline. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for motivation. Make discipline your best friend and success will follow. Your mind is your greatest tool, but it can also be your biggest enemy. What you think every day shapes your life. If you think like a failure, you will act like one. If you think like a winner, you will push yourself to become one. Your mindset is the foundation of everything. Your success, your happiness, your confidence, your actions. The truth is, the way you see yourself determines what you achieve in life. Many people limit themselves because of their own negative thinking. They doubt themselves, they focus on their weaknesses, they compare themselves to others. And because of these thoughts, they never take action, they never try new things, they never take risks, they stay stuck in the same life, complaining but never changing. But winners think differently. Winners believe in themselves even when no one else does. Winners don't focus on their weaknesses, they focus on improving themselves. Winners don't compare themselves to others, they compare themselves to who they were yesterday. And because they think differently, they act differently. Imagine two people facing the same problem. One person sees it as a dead end. They say, I can't do this, this is too hard, maybe I should just quit. The other person sees it as a challenge. They say, this is difficult, but I will figure it out. I will learn, I will grow, I will not give up. Now, tell me, who will succeed? The one with the loser mindset or the one with the winner mindset? The answer is clear, the one who refuses to give up. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not luck, it is not talent, it is their mindset. Successful people see failures as lessons. Unsuccessful people see failures as proof that they are not good enough. Successful people believe that they can improve. Unsuccessful people think they are stuck where they are. It all starts in the mind. Think about this. Have you ever told yourself, I'm not smart enough, I'm not lucky enough, I don't have the resources? These thoughts are what stop you from growing. These are just excuses. The truth is no one is born successful. No one is born confident. No one is born with all the answers. Everyone starts somewhere, but only those with the right mindset reach their destination. So how do you change your mindset? You change your words. You change your thoughts. You change your focus. Stop saying, I can't. Start saying, I will figure it out. Stop saying, I'm not good enough. Start saying, I am improving every day. Stop focusing on what you lack. Start focusing on what you can do. One of the biggest mindset shifts you need is to stop fearing failure. Failure is not the end, it is a part of success. No one succeeds without failing first. Every great person you admire has failed more times than they can count, but they kept going. Because they knew failure is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of effort. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try. Another important mindset shift is to take responsibility for your life. Stop blaming others. Stop blaming your circumstances. Stop waiting for someone to come and change your life. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. The moment you take control of your mindset, You take control of your life. At the end of the day, it is your choice. You can either stay stuck in negativity, doubt, and excuses, or you can shift your mindset, believe in yourself, and take action. Your mind can be your biggest weapon or your biggest enemy. Choose wisely. Your daily habits shape your future. The small things you do every day may seem unimportant, but over time they define who you become. Many people believe that success comes from one big opportunity, one lucky break, or one moment of brilliance. But the truth is, success is built on daily habits. The little choices you make every single day decide where you end up in life. Some people waste their time in distractions. They wake up late, scroll through their phones, complain about their problems, and do nothing to change their situation. Then they wonder why their life is not improving. But winners have different habits. They use their time wisely. They focus on their goals. They do things that help them grow. They understand that success is not about luck, it's about discipline. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is consistency. Whatever you do once in a while does not matter. What you do every day is what counts. If you want to get stronger, going to the gym once will not help. But if you go every day, even for a short time, you will see results. If you want to learn something new, studying for one day will not change anything. But if you study for 30 minutes every day, in a few months you will be ahead of most people. Success is not about motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel like working hard and some days you don't. That's normal. But if you rely on motivation, you will never be consistent. Winners do not wait to feel motivated. They build habits so that even when they don't feel like working, they still do it. They show up, they push themselves. They understand that discipline is more powerful than motivation. Many people say they want success, but their daily habits do not match their goals. They say they want to be healthy, but they eat junk food every day. They say they want to be rich, but they waste money on things they don't need. They say they want to be successful, but they spend hours watching TV instead of learning new skills. The truth is, if your habits do not align with your goals, you will never achieve them. Winners are different. They are disciplined. They do things that are hard even when no one is watching. They wake up early, they read books, they learn, they take care of their health. They invest in themselves, they stay away from distractions. They do not waste time on things that do not add value to their life. These habits are what separate winners from everyone else. Think about it. Where will your daily habits take you in the next 5 years? If you continue doing what you are doing today, will you be closer to your dreams? Or will you still be stuck in the same place? Your future is being shaped right now by the small choices you make every day. The question is, are you making choices that move you forward or hold you back? The good news is you can change your habits. You don't need to change everything overnight. Start small. Pick one good habit and stick to it. Maybe it's reading for 10 minutes every day. Maybe it's exercising for 15 minutes. Maybe it's saving a little money instead of wasting it. Doesn't matter how small you start, what matters is that you start. Success is not complicated. It is simply the result of good habits repeated every day. If you want to change your life, change your habits. If you want success, start acting like the person you want to become. Winners are not born, they are made through discipline, consistency, and smart daily choices. Most people spend their time waiting for the right moment, waiting for motivation, waiting for someone to support them. They wait, and in the end, nothing changes. Life moves forward, but they remain stuck in the same place. And then, one day, they look back and realize that years have passed, but their dreams are still dreams. Their goals are still just wishes. Their life is still the same. Why does this happen? Because they keep making excuses. They tell themselves, I will start tomorrow. But when tomorrow comes, they say the same thing again. They tell themselves, I don't have enough time, but somehow they find time for distractions. They tell themselves, I don't have the resources, but they don't even try to use what they already have. Excuses become their habit, and this habit destroys their potential. Successful people are different. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They start with what they have. They do not wait for motivation, they create discipline. They do not wait for someone to push them, they push themselves. Because they understand a simple truth. Life will never give you the perfect conditions. If you keep waiting, you will waste your life. Look around you. How many people do you know who have big dreams but no action? They talk about their plans, they talk about their goals, but years pass and they are still in the same place. Talking alone does not change anything. Thinking about success will not bring success. Only action can change your life. Many people fear failure. They don't take action because they are afraid of making mistakes. But let me tell you something. Failure is not the enemy. Doing nothing is the real enemy. When you fail, you learn. When you fail, you grow. When you fail, you get stronger. But if you do nothing, you gain nothing. If you never try, you will never improve. There will always be challenges. Life will always test you. There will always be moments when things feel difficult. But winners do not quit. They take action even when things are hard. They wake up early even when they feel tired. They work on their dreams even when no one believes in them. They keep moving forward even when the road is not clear. Look at successful people in any field, business, sports, entertainment. None of them had an easy journey. None of them waited for the perfect time. They started with what they had. They faced obstacles. They failed many times, but they kept going. That is why they succeeded. The question is, what about you? Are you going to wait for the perfect moment? Or are you going to take action now? Are you going to keep making excuses? Or are you going to start with whatever you have? The choice is yours. 1 year from now, you will either be closer to your dreams or still stuck in the same place. 5 years from now, you will either be proud of the action you took or regret the time you wasted. What you do today will decide your future. Start now. Take the first step. It doesn't matter if it's small. It doesn't matter if it's imperfect. What matters is that you start. Because action creates results, and results create success. Most people live their lives in a cycle of distractions. They wake up, check their phones, scroll through social media, watch random videos, and before they know it, hours have passed. They tell themselves they will start working on their goals tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and months turn into years, and then one day they wonder why they haven't achieved anything meaningful in life. The truth is, if you don't control your focus, the world will control it for you. Companies, apps, social media, they all fight for your attention. They want you to keep scrolling, keep watching, keep consuming, because that's how they make money. And the more distracted you are, the less time you have for yourself, for your dreams, and for the things that truly matter. Think about it. How often do you start your day with a purpose? How often do you wake up and decide, today, I will focus on my growth. I will work on my goals. I will invest my time wisely. If you don't make a conscious effort to focus, you will spend your entire day reacting to notifications, messages, and other people's demands. You will always feel busy, but at the end of the day, you won't have accomplished anything valuable. Successful people understand the power of focus. They don't allow distractions to control their lives. They set clear goals and remove anything that wastes their time. They create routines that help them stay disciplined. They don't just work hard, they work smart. They prioritize what truly matters and they don't let anything take them away from their purpose. But let's be honest, staying focused is not easy. There are distractions everywhere. Your phone is always within reach. People around you constantly demand your attention. Your mind keeps telling you to take a break, to relax, to do something easier instead of working on something difficult. It takes effort to fight these distractions. It takes discipline to stay committed to your goals. One of the biggest enemies of focus is multitasking. Many people believe they can do multiple things at once and still be productive, but in reality, multitasking only makes you slower and less effective. Your brain is not designed to focus on many things at the same time. When you switch between tasks, you lose concentration, make more mistakes, and take longer to complete each task. If you truly want to succeed, you need to learn how to give your full attention to one thing at a time. Another common problem is procrastination. People delay their work because they don't feel motivated. But motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. If you only work when you feel inspired, you'll never be consistent. The most successful people in the world don't wait for motivation. They create routines that push them to take action every day, no matter how they feel. They train their minds to focus, even when it's difficult. If you want to change your life, you must learn to protect your focus. You must create an environment that helps you concentrate. Turn off notifications when you are working. Set specific times for checking emails and social media. Organize your workspace so that you are not easily distracted. Train your mind to stay present in the moment. When you are working, work fully. When you are with family, be fully present. When you are learning something new, give it your complete attention. At the end of the day, success is not just about working hard. It's about working with focus. It's about removing distractions, managing your time wisely, and making sure that every action you take is leading you closer to your goals. If you can master your focus, you can master your future. Most people live their lives waiting for the right time. They say, I'll start working on my goals next week, or I'll change my habits from next month. But weeks turn into months, and months turn into years, and still nothing changes. The reality is, there is never a perfect time. The perfect time is now. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to take action. Every time you delay, you are training your mind to accept excuses instead of results. One of the biggest reasons people fail to take action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping out of their comfort zones. They overthink everything, and instead of taking the first step, they keep imagining what could go wrong. But the truth is, failure is not the enemy. Inaction is. Every successful person has failed at some point in their journey. The difference is, they didn't let failure stop them. They learned from it, grew stronger, and kept moving forward. Think about how much time is wasted in overthinking. People spend hours, days, even years planning, analyzing, and waiting for the perfect moment. But they never actually start. They think they need more knowledge, more resources, more motivation. But in reality, action creates progress, not just planning. When you take action, you gain experience. And experience is the best teacher. You don't have to be perfect to start, but you have to start to become great. Another reason people fail to act is because they compare themselves to others. They see someone who is already successful, and instead of getting inspired, they feel discouraged. They think, I am not as talented, or I don't have what they have. But every successful person started somewhere. They weren't born with all the skills and knowledge. They learned along the way. They made mistakes, they failed, they struggled. But they kept going. Taking action doesn't mean making big moves all at once. It's about small, consistent steps. Many people think they have to make a drastic change overnight, but that's not how real success works. The most powerful changes happen through daily efforts. If you want to be fit, start by exercising for 10 minutes a day. If you want to start a business, begin with research and small investments. If you want to improve your skills, practice a little every day. The key is consistency. Small steps may not seem significant at first, but over time, they create massive results. Another important thing is discipline. Most people rely on motivation to take action. But motivation is like the weather. It changes. One day you feel inspired, the next day you don't. And when motivation fades, they stop taking action. That's why discipline is more important than motivation. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It means keeping promises to yourself. If you decide to wake up early, don't hit the snooze button. If you plan to work on a goal, don't make excuses. The more you discipline yourself, the easier it becomes to take action without overthinking. Many people also waste time waiting for approval from others. They want support, encouragement, and validation before they take the first step. But if you always depend on others, you will never be in control of your own life. Not everyone will support you. Not everyone will understand your journey. And that's okay. The most successful people in the world didn't wait for approval. They believed in themselves, even when no one else did. So stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop overthinking. If you truly want to change your life, take action today. Even if it's a small step, take it. Once you start, you will realize that action builds momentum. The more you do, the more confident you become. And one day you will look back and realize that the only thing standing between you and success was your own hesitation.